What's going on, everybody? This
Hotel.
is this is Roger of the Misfit Effect, and of course, I'm joined with my wonderful, beautiful, tasty, magnificently juicy co-host, Miss Sarah Lace.
Hey, Roster. You definitely know I'm juicy as fuck. And actually, I don't know why, but I'm extra juicy today, you know? But, anyways,
But I
I
can't taste it, so I can't say how the juices are flowing right now.
well, they're flowing. But, anyways, I am really happy to be back for season 7. Right now, we just started a new season. Thank you to the gorgeous new beauty who is hopping in with us. Her name is a little bit different than what we call her, but let me just say Chiara Chianti, aka the pasta slut, is in the house with us.
Hi guys.
That's right.
Today.
Oh my god.
Hilarious.
Y'all are hilarious. Y'all are hilarious. So, so Patricia, tell us about yourself.
Tell you about myself. Oh Jesus, where do I start? Um, let's see. We want like my home life first.
Oh
Like
no,
a little bit
this
about
like
like
it could be
Tell us
anything
what
you
you
want to
do for
say.
work.
okay, so
It could be
okay, yeah,
like it could be like hey, I'm a pwn girl. I like turtles.
I'm a
I
Um
like
slut.
turtles.
yeah. So anything you want to say.
Mhm.
Okay, hi guys. I'm Boss Slut or Chiara, whatever you want to call me, it doesn't matter. Um, I do porn. I'm a porn star. Yeah. Woo, woo, woo. 2 years in the industry. Actually, uh, I officially signed October 20th, 2 years ago. So my anniversary of porn is will be 2 years, but I started content creating September 2 years ago. So I've already passed my like content creation anniversary, but I'm really excited.
Ooh,
I'm gonna get like a cake or something. Anyways, um
sure.
yeah, so I do porn and I do a lot of other stuff. I really love to cook. So that's like one of my main things I'm trying to like monetize and make a career out of as well. I actually started dancing again. I'm out of retirement and I don't know if you're going to Exotica as well, doing the showcase, but I may hopefully be joining y'all as a dancer if we can squeeze me in. Because Hazel invited
Ooh,
me, so I'm officially going on the trip. I'm so excited.
okay.
Let's
Oh,
see.
yes.
Yeah, man. I mean, I'm kind of boring. Like, I'm really fun
You
and I
are
have a lot of
not.
cool things to myself, but like my day-to-day life is so boring. I just sit at home and like watch TV.
Like, what do
I
you
get
watch?
that.
What do I watch? I finished all my shows. So I've been trying to look at shows. Right now, I've been watching Halloween things just because it's October. But the only show I'm currently watching is Penguin and I love it so far. It's like Penguin's life from
Batman.
called DC. Back
Batman.
yeah,
Oh, that
Colin
penguin.
Farrell. Yeah, Colin Farrell plays Penguin, and he does an amazing job. Like the prosthetics and stuff, they completely transformed him. So that's the only show I'm watching right now. But I love Charmed and Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I finished Suits a little bit ago. Supernatural. I'll watch not just about anything, but just about anything. I don't like Bridgerton or Game of Thrones and things like that. I know people might crucify me for saying that, but those are the type of shows I personally like. Like I like period pieces, but it just doesn't do it for me. I
I
like crime
know
Get that.
things and like supernatural stuff. Crime and supernatural are like my favorite things. Not
you were talking about horror. Everybody, like, and no, y'all, everybody who's listening to this, we're recording this October 11th. I know this is gonna come out way after, so just sit with that. So
yeah, guys.
all my people who were at the house yesterday, they all came over here to link up, and they left from here to watch Terrifier 3.
No way.
Yeah, so yeah,
I have to watch that.
I
I really enjoy those.
I've never like I've seen one.
Yeah.
And like because I wasn't a fan of number one, I didn't watch two. And
Okay,
like I know
that's fair.
they sat here yesterday and watched the see like number two yesterday, but I
Hmm.
was preoccupied with other crap. But
Yeah.
I don't. That's one like I love the Halloween aesthetic because I am low key about to rent Beetlejuice 2 and some other stuff that's on Amazon and just watch it from home. But it's
I
like
really enjoyed Beetlejuice too.
I haven't seen
I
it yet.
I've seen it 3 times already. I
oh,
I really enjoyed it. I expected a lot more out of it. Like I did have way too high of expectations, but it was great. Like it fit, it made sense because they filmed it the same without giving anything away. Like they filmed it the same way and how kitschy it was back then and the humor and like how like silly or whatever. They filmed
Mhm.
it the exact same way. So like nowadays, now that I'm an adult, I'm a little like, it was a little corny, but at the same time, if I think like, okay, but how is Beetlejuice the original? It makes sense and like it's very concise.
it's basically it's like it's a
Right.
Tim Burton aesthetic. So it falls in lines with all that he does, you
Yeah,
know.
no, it
And
definitely did.
and
It's
only
great.
reason
You're
I
gonna
haven't
enjoy
seen
it.
it, I was gonna go to the theater, but someone wanted to join
Same.
us, and we kept putting it off because that person wanted to join us, and
They ended up
obviously,
not.
obviously still haven't seen it yet because it's just a schedule thing because they work and then everybody else has scenes and stuff. So,
Yeah.
no,
I get it.
I'm the most flexible one of everybody. It's like, I'm here.
Same.
See, and
Well,
I'm
I
kind
get
of
like
weird.
hold on, time out, everybody. She's pointing to herself like I didn't just meet her in person like a week ago. Like,
Oh
yeah,
my
me.
God.
Okay, well, to be fair, you just don't remember. We've met before.
Yeah.
Fine. We've met at like I know I've seen you at different parties, and I know Nina has definitely introduced us one time, but I don't remember which occasion it
Unless
was.
we met at the avian house party. It
Possibly.
could have been that. But the
Because
thing,
I know I personally have seen you. I just like have never gone up to you and said anything. It's like I didn't know if you knew who I was, so I was like,
yeah,
I know who you are, but
everybody sees me like limping around. You're like, oh, who's that random goofy looking dude?
no,
Oh,
I knew exactly who you.
that's that dude named Raw Star. He's everywhere and no one knows what he really does.
I love that.
I've actually heard that before. I've actually
What does
heard
he even?
that.
What does he even? Who does he know here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
And then
yeah. And
how
then
he
people
hitting
say
with the camera, and I'm like, because he's press.
like he's president.
That
Then
dude.
like and they say and like how long he's been around? He's like what 16 years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm almost old
Up
Bro.
in
enough.
light.
I'm almost old enough in the industry that someone who was born could enter the industry.
Yeah,
That's
that's
hard to
yeah.
think
2 more
about.
years.
Yeah,
A couple more years, and
Crazy.
you'll hit that mark.
that just makes me feel so old.
Aw, you're not.
Jesus Christ. Yeah. So like she came to my like one of my barbecues that I have, and like she enjoyed the food. So as someone
I
who
literally
loves to
had four
cook,
plates.
Oh, girl.
and she took one
That
I
home.
was
was
double fisting.
so
I had two at one
good.
time.
Rod, did you do your baked beans?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
That was
Yep.
like literally at the end. I probably had like two hamburger patties, eight skewers, a half a rack of ribs, and two pieces of chicken and my
I got
baked
more
beans.
skewers. Those skewers were so good.
I would
I
have
had
finished up those ribs
yeah.
if I
Oh,
was
I
there. I
Oh
would
no,
have
I
that
did.
finished
that was
those.
I
it.
had ribs 3 times that week. I had made my own ribs. I had ribs somewhere else, and then a day later, I went to Raw's house and had at least a rack of ribs to myself.
So the thing is, people didn't realize this. That I ain't tell them till later. That I made each like I rubbed each one differently.
Mhm.
So each one had a different type of rub on it. Like
Yes.
one was rubbed with like Kansas City, one was rubbed with like a Texas blend, whatever. One
Mhm.
was like a brown sugar rub. So they were all made differently.
Oh, I
So
love the idea of a brown sugar rub. That's for
oh,
sure.
Okay, listen. I'm gonna be so like I it's really hard for me and I just went to Bossa Nova yesterday and I actually was like telling my friend I was like, it's really hard for me to go out to a restaurant and really enjoy my experience or like anything like that because I'm such a critique now because I cook all the time and like
Mm.
tooting my own horn, I'm a fucking amazing chef. Like not even a cook. Like I'm a chef. Like I can make things out of nothing. And it's hard for me to go to a restaurant and like enjoy my meal because I'll sit there and be analytical about it and I'm like, "Oh, I would have done this," or "Oh, I would have made it better," and like this and the third. So like
Yeah.
I've ruined dining at restaurants for myself to a certain extent. Like ribs, I can't order ribs anywhere because I'm sitting there like no matter how amazing or delicious they are, I'm like I could have made this better.
Ooh, I get it. There's actually this place I went to in Miami where I was actually like quiet. Like I had no critiques. I was like, holy fuck, this is
So good.
good. And
Yeah, I
mind
had no
you,
critiques. He didn't
they
he
had
didn't even have sauce
pasta.
on his ribs, and that shit was I didn't add
Yeah,
any extra. I was
that
like, that shit is
that
bomb.
that would make my whole weekend is that for none of the food that I had there,
Mhm.
nobody asked for anything. Like I had it out, and
No
Mhm.
seasoning, nothing.
all of
I
them,
didn't see anyone grab anything.
no one grabbed like outside of putting ketchup on a hamburger, which is
Mhm.
common. No one asked for any barbecue sauce for the ribs or ketchup for the chicken, and like that's a very very minute thing, but like the fact that you didn't need it, it's like
Mhm.
It feels good. It's a good feeling for sure.
Yeah,
Like
that's
when
pretty amazing.
someone cooks a steak and then they ask you for A1 sauce. It's like, no, don't do that. Don't do that to
That's how
me.
you know
and
the steak is not
though
good though.
and though I did season everything, Chris Studs was barbecuing for me. So it was like, yeah, this
It was a teamwork, team effort, you
yeah.
know?
Oh, just because
Exactly.
I didn't want to walk back and forth. So and I had to cook all the stuff in the
Fair.
kitchen. It was
Yeah,
like
you had enough going on.
I got everything ready, .
Mhm.
But yeah, so I appreciate her coming through and eating on the food because I was
What?
I
Thank you
always
for
no
having
I
me. I
always
literally would have brought my own Tupperware.
like no I was always saying take it
I
like
know. I just don't know. Listen, I get pissed off when people don't return my Tupperware. I'm still waiting on a glass Tupperware to be returned to me. So I'm like, I always come prepared. So
okay
like,
I've
Girl.
I said this before on this podcast and I know he doesn't
Mhm.
care because we talked about it before. Mr. Scotty P. The very first cooking gathering that I had, whatever, like I'm
mm,
not a fan of baked turkey. I know how to cook it and whatever. And
Mhm.
it was my first baked turkey I ever made. Um, and so at the end of this Thanksgiving type thing, I still had about a half a turkey left. A little bit more than a half.
damn.
Scotty
Oh,
P, bless his heart. This is during COVID, so this is like 2020 when you still weren't allowed to be out. You had a curfew still.
oh yeah.
He came by like right before curfew to get plates, whatever. This man took my Tupperware and took the entire dango turkey. And I didn't expect a Tupperware back. I have a lot of Tupperware like in my cabinets, but
Yeah.
I always try to make sure that everybody leaves with food and I don't
Yeah.
expect it back. So
Okay.
you could have took as much as you wanted.
Okay. Well, I'll know for next time. Also, before we get too far, tell me about the curfew and stuff, whatever. Because when I first moved here, I moved here in 2021, and COVID was very much a thing where I couldn't even go to a gas station without a vaccination card. But
Well,
I had just come from Florida where COVID didn't fucking exist. Like it did, but like it didn't exist. I was still going on yachts. I was going to the club. I was
yeah,
going to the
that's why
grocery store. We weren't wearing masks.
that's why
Like,
Florida had
yeah, of
the
course.
highest toll. And like when
But
I
but I'll tell you what, I never ever got COVID ever until I moved to California. My first month in California, I got COVID.
Dang.
I
I
would
didn't
travel to Florida, never once got
I
COVID.
didn't get COVID until
I'm just saying.
2020.
Mm.
No, I got COVID this year.
Oh
No,
wow,
last
really?
was it this year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
2024?
yeah, early this year. It was early this year. It was my first time ever catching COVID. It was
Oh my god,
this
that
year.
sucks. Mine was
I,
like I don't wish what happened to me on my worst enemy. Especially like at least for me
was
personally,
it?
because I lost my taste and smell.
Oh,
And for
Ooh.
someone like me,
Um,
like yeah, it's
yeah.
horrible.
I
I have like
hold up.
mouth like if my food doesn't look appetizing or like taste appetizing, like I can't be somebody who like bulk eats. Like I've tried. I was a gym girl. I try to like eat food just to eat it and get my like protein or whatever like nutrients I need. I can't do it if it doesn't look good. Like I can't even mix my Chipotle bowl or my salads. I have to like eat them because like I don't like the weird how it looks.
I get
So
that.
it was the worst thing for me in the entire world. In the entire world, I remember sobbing. I had bought Cheesecake Factory to try to eat, and I remember sobbing into my plate, like just so sad because I couldn't even taste my mashed potatoes. Like I couldn't taste anything. I was like, I lost. I mean, I don't think it was 10 pounds, but it looked like 10 pounds on me. Like it was bad. And I was quarantined by myself. Like I had no one because I knew no one out here. It was my first month out here. I was like, this is what I get for moving across the country. Like I get COVID.
Like I didn't lose anything. Like I didn't like
That's really good.
for me, I just had a really, really bad run. Was that this year or last year, sir? Because we caught it together.
Mm,
Oh, you did?
I think it
Yeah.
was last year,
So
actually.
it was last year that I caught it.
I think it was last year.
Because we went like she was here visiting and
Hmm.
she stays at my house when she's here. And we like she said she thinks she had it and then we went and she did and I had it too. So it was like, well, dang, we can't
I
do
give it to
anything.
Yeah,
and
my
mind
roommate got
you,
it.
I'm vaxxed, but I've gotten sick, I think about 6 times. Like, and it's
Like
not
COVID or just like sick?
like it's not like I go anywhere or anything, but it's anytime
Yeah,
I went
you're not
out
out in the
to
mix.
work and stuff, I would just get it. I would just end up sick.
Well, I know
Crazy.
a lot of people get it
Feel
because
like
of
you have a weak
conventions.
immune system.
It from what I know, it's actually pretty strong. So I actually never lost my sense of taste or sense of smell. That's one of the things.
Was it just like cold? You all just had like cold symptoms?
Yeah, I really just had cold symptoms. Mind
Yeah.
you, me being Latina, I would still be like up and about, like making caldo and stuff, you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, that's probably
Yeah. I would always be making some kind of stew.
fully. No, like I can't. No, I
Mm,
was literally confined to my room. I was living with like four boys at the like TikTok boys at the time. It was literally the worst thing in the entire world. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't smoke. Like,
Well,
I
I
was
said
still smoking during
and
it.
a
Like,
you're still
man gave
smoking.
it to me. A man. I know exactly who gave it to me because he goes, oh, listen, guys, I had like not a booty call, but kind of okay. Like I had like a booty call. He had this really nice uh hotel like downtown or something, and he invites me over. I spend the day, like spend the night, whatever. We're in like our luxurious bathrobes and getting room service and blah blah blah. I wake up the next morning. We order egg slut. That's one of my favorite. I love egg slut so much. Oh, so good. Um, I feel fine. I leave, blah, blah, blah. I feel fine. I think the next day, within like a day, I start feeling sick. And I'm like, what the fuck? That's weird. Because I never really get sick. Like I don't even know if I have like a strong ass immune system, but I don't have allergies. I don't get allergies during the winter or the spring, whatever. I don't get like the colds or the flus it just doesn't happen. I can go to the events,
yeah.
AVN, Exotica, I can be in music festivals. I won't get sick. Like I don't. Thank God.
Dang. I've gotten the avian
So
flu a few times. Oof.
like he texted me and was like, "Hey, I'm stuck in LA because I got stopped at the airport because I have COVID."
Oh my God.
I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?"
Oh my God.
And then like within the next day, if that, my sense of taste and smell was complete. It was so bad. So yeah,
That's
that's the only time.
See, normally when I get sick, I don't get sick as often as others, whatever. But if you go to my room, you will see all these different type of vitamin stuff. I try to make sure I stay somewhat, whatever. But like when I get sick, I get sick. And of course, like the thing is, when I had COVID, it was
Mhm.
just a runny nose.
That's good.
So I lucked out on the COVID, but
No, you
yeah,
definitely lucked out.
You
Mm-hmm.
know,
I
so
knew what I would get most was like the fatigue and the body aches. So
Yeah,
I'm still be trying to push my body like, oh shit, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. But then I'd be sleeping for fucking 12 hours. Like my body's just hurting, you know?
yeah, I remember that for sure.
Hmm.
You just lay in bed and
and
do
by the
nothing.
way, the curfew, basically they try to minimize the people who are out and about,
Yeah,
just to die it down a little bit with the whole mask thing, whatever. And I think we all had to be inside of a building unless you were an essential worker by 11 p.m.
yeah. We had that for like a week, and it's like you had to have some note from
Employer.
your place of work, yeah, your employer, that you were going to work or coming home from work, but they didn't really like stress it at all. It was like
Yeah.
it
They
was a week, and then
like
there was nothing, and it was only in one of our counties too. It wasn't even like the other counties. So
Hmm.
as long as you crossed the county line, like you were fine.
literally like you think about this. Think of how you see like going to LAX probably about
Mhm.
like at 3 a.m. in the morning. That's how it was probably about like at 10:30 for a while. It was so empty and so dead. And for
What?
people,
No traffic?
no traffic,
That's insane.
like zero traffic. And it was cool. And like, then, everybody can go back to work. But
Yeah,
but yeah, he came over there. And it's like I don't expect Tupperware back. I always like I love to cook, but I don't like cooking for myself.
that's
And then
me.
when I get lazy, it's kind of like, okay, let's just order Door. Like I'm big on ordering DoorDash when I'm lazy.
Yeah,
Like
I
Hmm.
can't.
no, because I'll be sitting there, and Sarah can account to this. We'll be sitting there in the living room watching TV, and I'm like, oh, I'm hungry. And then I just set up a group order and just either say, check your phone, and then they just order something and then not think
Mhm.
about it.
Hmm.
But I don't like the thing is like I don't like cooking for just for myself. I like cooking
No,
for a
I like
vast amount
cooking
of
for a
people.
lot of people. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Like I
because
just started learning how to do like how to like portion correctly for just myself or like me and leftovers. Like I
Oh,
finally like, okay, I need this much onion, like this blah blah blah. Blah. I don't need because I'll usually cook for like 4 to 6 people, and then I have so many leftovers of different things, and like I'm really not huge on leftovers. Depending on what it is, it's like a day or two max, and I'm good unless it's like a meal prep. Otherwise, I can't eat leftovers like that. So it's just a waste. Like that's why I try to have my friends over or something. So I'm like, I had like a rack of ribs because it was $15 for a rack of ribs. So I was like, I'm not gonna not get ribs. So I had like 4 or 5 of my girlfriends over, and I did a whole dinner party, and it was the first dinner party I ever did, like in my place. And that's like, yeah, like I'd rather do that than just cook a whole thing for myself.
that's
like
funny because that's literally what I do because I grew up with like a bunch of siblings. So
Yeah.
I used to be the one that was always cooking for them. And
Hmm.
so I would have to make a portion, like basically a portion for 8 people.
Yeah.
And so nowadays, I'm basically like trying to figure out portion sizes, and I still end up making like 4 or 5 portions, like four or
Yeah.
five
But you're
pairs.
doing better.
Yeah, exactly. At least it's like I have Ace, so we both be eating the leftovers. But
Hmm.
sometimes it's like I make a little too much and I end up just throwing them in the freezer. Like I like doing
That's
it where I
smart.
put them in like Ziploc bags, like the quart
Mm.
size or whatever, and
Yeah.
just put them in the freezer. And like, especially if you just travel randomly, like you get to come back and you have leftovers in the freezer.
That's smart. I do that with my protein, but I haven't done that too much with like meals. Like I'll make chili. My roommate loves my chili, but
Mm.
I have a big like La
Yeah.
Crusade pot. So I'll make my big ass Dutch oven, and I'll have like 8 cups of fucking like so much chili. It'll last me, oh my God, it'll last so long. And like by the third day, I'm like, what the fuck else can I put chili with? Like I'm tired of chili. And I still have half a thing, like a half of a pot left. So that's smart.
I
time
do
out.
that with my
I did
stews,
that.
and at that point, I just give half to my neighbors.
Yeah, that's smart.
Hold up, time
But
I
out,
I
time
like
out.
neighbors.
neighbors, so I would never give them anything.
Okay,
Stock, but
okay, time out. Okay, my favorite food is chili. Um,
okay.
So how do you make yours?
Okay, I make it different every time. Because it depends on if I'm using things in my fridge I'm trying to get rid of versus if I'm going to the grocery store and buying it all.
Okay.
That makes
So
sense.
yes, so my chili, because I'll make it if like I have a bunch of veggies that like are going bad or whatever, and I have a ground beef or something, I'll just like throw stuff in there. So
It's
sometimes
more of a stone soup type of chili.
yeah, exactly.
I love
So
that.
I'll do always ground beef, doesn't really matter what percentage of lean to fat, I don't really give a shit. Um I have made it with venison and I really love venison
Mhm.
in in pair with ground beef. But I don't always do that because it can get a little or lamb, but it's a little expensive. So I'll do ground beef, I'll do diced tomatoes, tomato puree, either beef stock or veggie stock.
Mhm.
Um, I'll usually always do black beans and red beans, corn. I'll usually put like either potato or carrot or something like that. Um, and then obviously a bunch of seasonings, all type of seasonings and shit.
A potato sounds. I would think I would prefer a potato over carrot and chili. But go ahead,
So
though. I'm listening.
one time I had like two potatoes left or something, and then another time I had like half a carrot left. So I was like, let me just like throw this in here. Whatever, fuck it. So it was more like a stewy thing than like a chili,
Hmm.
but um, and I'll always do like
Chili is a
serrano
stew.
peppers. You're right, you're right, you're right, you're right.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'll do like serrano peppers or like if I have another type of pepper, I'll definitely put jalapeno and stuff. Um, and then yeah, I'll just let it sit there for I don't know, like at least an hour, if not two, on just super fucking low. Um, and then I'll make cornbread, obviously, and I love my toppings. I do a little like topping station and I'll like put all my little toppings like cilantro and scallions and sour cream and like hot sauce and like little Fritos maybe or crackers.
See,
Yes. I love the Frito Lay's on top.
I don't like sour cream, but like for me personally, I prefer Ritz
Okay.
over cornbread with chili.
Really?
Okay.
I'm not like because I know everybody has their own. 'Cause
Yeah.
I know people who
Do you
only
like the
use.
oyster crackers? The
I was
little
gonna get on that. Like I can eat it with oyster crackers. It's just not my first go-to.
I get that. I'm actually not
Does he
crazy about
freeze?
saltines. I think she did freeze.
Okay, give me 1 second.
oh damn y'all. I'm
You
There you
froze
go.
for a second.
It's
All
cool. It's
right, we're
cool.
back.
You cool.
yay.
I might leave it like that because I'm not gonna forget the timestamp. But anyway, I like the oyster crackers. They're just not my first go-to.
Okay. So you do the
So
buttery Ritz you said?
I like Ritz because I have like I don't know they were out the other day, but they're roasted vegetable Ritz.
I've had those.
Hmm.
Yeah. So usually I'm gonna
Those
get
are
those. One thing though I do with my chili and people like it looks weird to them if they see me do it and then they try to find the taste to it because they see me put it in the chili is vanilla flavoring.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm
That's
like, oh.
surprising.
sugar.
Huh? You said sugar?
Like sometimes I'll put brown sugar or
Yeah.
honey sometimes. Like I no matter what it is, if I have some sort of spicy component, I always love to put something sweet to balance it out. And it ends up
Yeah.
working. Or I'll put like red wine in my chili sometimes.
I never had red wine.
Ooh.
But
Hmm.
I also put like sometimes I put bay leaves in it.
Of course, yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, that's part of my seasoning for sure.
Yeah, because people look at bay leaves and just say,
I love
See,
I
at
love
first, like I would have the bay leaves and I'd be like, what am I supposed to cook with these? Like, And then after a while I kind of just started throwing them and everything, like, damn, this really brings out the flavor of things,
yeah,
it
like
does. That's how I feel about rosemary.
Yeah, I grew up
Fa-
oh,
with rosemary,
I
favorite
but
don't
herb.
I don't know
don't
if
put throw it in everything.
I don't know if they were still out when you were at my home, but like I have the biggest containers I have is just rosemary and thyme.
Mm-hmm.
So like, and you didn't open my drawer. I just have a drawer that's just seasonings. Like,
Yeah.
and they went through and threw away a lot of my seasonings, but because they were getting older.
A
But
lot,
and
like
or
3/4 of it.
uh,
I'm not
they're about to
exaggerating.
retire.
About
But
three
no,
quarters still has a
but
ton.
and I have like, and I still have cabinet. Like the thing is, like every seasoning has its place, you
Yes,
know. So,
absolutely.
but
Exactly.
I
questions
can't
up.
wait. I
So,
can't wait. I have some seasonings, but and it's a big. I have a big cabinet, but it's not like and nearly what I'm so excited to like grow fresh herb like when I because I'm planning on moving and getting like a house, so I can't wait to be like growing my fresh herbs and like all my little
That'd be
like have I'm
cute.
gonna have a whole pantry just of seasonings, just different.
Just
where I lived at and where I moved from in 2020, it was in the hills, whatever. And we had like in our front like a whole bunch of vegetables growing, like tomatoes, grapes, and like a whole bunch of like peppers.
Uh-huh.
mhm.
So they were delicious. Just I wasn't the one with the green thumb.
Yeah.
My roommate was. And then I moved on my own and was kind of like, well, no more fresh vegetables and fruits.
Damn, that
Except
sucks.
except except for like I had a peach tree in my last yard, and the house you just visited is a
Hmm.
lemon. It was a lemon tree.
Yeah. Oh, you had peach tree. I love it. We have a lemon tree right out here, and I'll grab it and use the lemons. They're like
Right?
this. They're big as hell, though. They're a little more sour than I would like, but
I get it. I'm
Okay.
actually currently because I don't have a big backyard, but I'm actually currently growing some like herbs and veggies.
that's
Um,
not
so we have a little tomato plant that's growing. We have carrots, onions, and I think we have potatoes, but I don't think those did good because of the storms that came in. And
mhm.
then we have a mint plant that kind of just took over. Mint literally acts like a weed. It
Really.
it will just spread. I kid you not. It literally spread to my neighbor's yard, and they kind of thanked us. They were like, "Hey, I wasn't growing anything anyways. Like, I
That's
just."
so cool.
They're like, "I just chop up the mint and use it for my food every once in a while." I'm like, "You're welcome."
That's awesome. That's a great like starter vegetables to have because those are all
Yeah,
really versatile. And
exactly.
tomatoes are. I know tomatoes. I personally hate tomatoes. I know, and like my Italian family will crucify me, but I hate fresh tomatoes. And I really, it's the one thing I wish more than anything in the world that I liked because they're in, and it's like the basis of my family's cooking.
Well,
Yeah.
But they're
two
so
things.
easy. Like I
I
was a
do not.
kid and I ate and I grew them.
I do not like fresh tomatoes, but if it's processed in any way, I love it.
I like
Like
ketchup. No.
I love ketchup. If it's in the Hunt's can, they done something to it before they gave you to in the Hunt's can. So yeah, it's been processed in some capacity.
Yeah.
But
I'll do like
that
smush. I can do smush tomato like salsa and stuff, but I hate pico de gallo because it's literally just like chunks of fresh. Oh, I
yeah,
hate it.
but even
But
I get that.
salsa's been mixed with some spices. You got the little
yeah, exactly.
chunkiness. They
Like I don't like
added
bruschetta. I hate bruschetta. Caprese. Hate
Oh,
caprese.
I love caprice.
Like I wish more than anything that I could just eat a fucking tomato like an apple, like my whole family can. And
my
Can I have?
my
I like to
nephew.
just add a dash of salt and
that's
I
what, yep,
a little
salt
bit
and
of
some black
salt.
pepper. I
I
So
wish.
don't even need the
my
black pepper, just salt.
we always joke with my niece and nephew
Mm.
Uh-huh.
because like for some reason they're weird like this. They would go get salads, whatever. My niece would get the one like get a salad and have a whole bunch of like pickles on it, which was weird. But my nephew would get one damn leaf of his salad and have like 15 or 20 of the little circle tomatoes.
Cherry tomatoes, yep.
And it's like, okay, you got one leaf and all these little tomatoes. What's the point of the damn leaf? Like, just get the tomatoes.
You want some salad
Yeah,
with your
your
tomatoes?
tomatoes.
Exactly. I love cherry tomatoes, especially the way Ace makes them, like
he still
for
does it, and I'm
breakfast,
like,
especially.
you weird,
Mm.
bro.
Yummy.
In a scrambled egg, like
Feel like
yeah.
that seems like it's amazing, or like a frittata or something. That sounds awesome.
So,
Mm-hmm.
question: since you are the pasta slut, what
Yeah.
is your favorite type of pasta? You
Okay,
can
my
only
favorite
pick
type of
one.
pasta, like shape, right?
No, I mean, like, there's different things you can do with,
Okay, so I'm
like,
gonna tell you my favorite pasta dish, my favorite pasta shape, etc.
Hmm.
So my favorite pasta shape of all time is pappardelle. Pappardell's like big, big, thick, long noodles. Okay, pasta slut does not do short noodles. She does, but it's fine. Um, it's essentially like
Oh,
it's like Italian pad see ew, if you know like pad see ew
okay.
noodles, but a little usually like fresh ones are like way thicker. In between lasagna and pad see ew is like how I kind of like to describe it. Uh,
Okay.
in terms of shape. Like soup, so good, so fucking good. The best is like with ragu or something. So
Mm.
my favorite pasta dish that I've ever had of all time so far is from Oliva in Sherman Oaks, and it's their lamb ossobuco with pappardelle and like a gravy sauce.
Yeah.
It's literally a whole lamb shank, and you
Delicious.
pull it up, and it just crumbles, falls apart, and
Ooh.
just like shreds apart. It is
Mm.
literally incredible. My mouth is watering just thinking
Yeah.
about it. Literally, my mouth is watering. But it's just amazing. It's just literally so like I don't. It's so hearty and filling, and it's only like $36 or something. Like
oh
it's
wow.
really. I'm very, very fucking frugal. Like when it comes to myself personally, I'm so frugal. I'll spend on my friends, do family, whatever, but I'm not spending more than like $20-$30 on like an entree for myself or something, depending on like where the location is. If it's like a nice place, obviously I know to spend more. But like a normal restaurant, I'm not. No, that's crazy. That's crazy. So yeah, $36, bomb as fuck. I ate the entire thing. I licked the plate. Best thing I've ever had in my entire life.
That sounds fucking amazing though.
Like,
When I went to Miami recently, I went to this, I forgot what it's called, I'll tell you later. But they had this veal that just did the exact same thing. Like it was just, they said it was like slow roasted and braised and everything, and it just kind of fell off the shell. Like it,
ugh.
not the shell, off the bone. Like it was so fucking good.
One thing I've like learned and I've had to come to terms with, like growing older and like learning more things about culinary techniques is I love a slow roast or a slow braise. I used to
Mhm.
purposely it was bad. I used to purposely turn everything the highest it could go. Like this is going on high, staying on high, even if the recipe called for it to go lower. Like I'm like, no, I need it to go quick. I need it to get done fast. Like let's go. And then I learned the importance of like good things take time and like it's
Mhm.
worth it and like you'll be
Right?
doing something for a few days just to prep for this meal, but it's so fucking worth it. Yeah,
I
I get
have
it. I get it now.
okay, your Italian roots are going to despise what I'm about to say to you. And like I don't like and first off, I don't know if you read my name in here.
His name on the
Cause like
thing.
I always put something crazy and like
Okay, I just saw Prince Ally first. Okay, I'm
so whenever I'm in here I always put something like funny. I'll put that just because you are the guest. And for those
yeah.
who can't see it, who's listening or whatever, it says after this podcast, I'm gonna eat pasta off of Sarah's body. But the thing is, you're gonna hate this as being like that. I do not like noodles.
He's actually not a fan of noodles, like at all. At all.
Okay, but do you mean like what do you mean? Because
Anything
you
with
just
a
said
noodle.
you didn't say pasta, you said noodles. So like
Yeah, noodles. Anything with a
Including
noodle.
pasta. Including
so
pasta,
you
like
just don't like from any sort
anything.
of like region or ethnic
I don't
like
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah, anything. I just don't like the like to me, like noodles are so darn starchy. And for me, every time I ever eaten a noodle, it just tastes like I'm
Uh-huh.
putting like starch in my mouth.
Oh my God, really? It's
Yeah,
like that thing where people taste cilantro like soap.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's like genetics,
the thing
actually.
is like I really enjoy like like there's some people I don't know if you do this that separate the spaghetti from the meat and sauce and everything, and the people just blend it together for how much they
Mhm.
want. So when it's dishes like that, I only get the sauce portion because it still has the flavoring and all the other stuff in it, and I just give me some garlic bread. I love garlic bread, but like it just comes
Oh yeah.
to a darn freaking noodle in any capacity. Is it string noodles? And I just never enjoyed the taste of it. And like
He's weird, isn't
I've
it?
I've 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 joked with my friends and said like you take people to Olive Garden to break up with them because
Mhm.
like they only serve like pasta like I was like you take people
That's
to Olive
funny.
Garden
That's
to
funny.
break up with them. It's like you know what, I'm gonna leave you
Yeah.
with this nasty food, but before we gotta have a conversation. I'm gonna break up with you easily, so I'm gonna take you to
And
Olive
I'm sitting
Garden.
here like crying into my never-ending pasta, like, yeah, I'll take another one.
Right? When they have
No,
the
so that's the
don't
only
they
reason.
have that
That's like
sale?
the only way.
I feel
It's like
like
they
they
have the
have
what?
that sale where it's like never ending pasta or something like that every once in a
Yeah.
while. Shit, might as well pry into it. Eat your heart
Hmm.
out.
So being an Italian, we didn't. So I had family. My dad's side is the ones. So my maternal grandma and like my mom and my aunt and stuff who were not until they were like more European, we would go to Olive Garden with them, but I didn't dare go to Olive Garden with actual like
Yeah.
Italian family. We'd go to like Maggiano's once in a blue moon, but like that was like with my grandpa wanted to go because he loved uh something from there. Um, so I would go to Olive Garden and then I stopped going. That's my package. Oh my God. I just got two Halloween costumes delivered. I'm so excited.
Ooh.
Oh yay. So uh we we would go there during Never Ending Pasta, and me and my dad would go because my dad's fat as fuck. Like all my life he went from being like super fat to super skinny, super fat, super skinny, super fat, super fat. So I get my sense of like eating and food and like stuff like that from him and his dad.
Mhm.
So when I'm with my dad, like we fucking eat. He's like my he's who I try all my restaurants with. Like we fly to go try things. Like we went to I mean I could name so many places. We've gone to Philly just for cheesesteaks. We've gone to Cleveland just for pastrami sandwiches. We've gone to um like New York just for pizza, Connecticut just for pizza, St. Louis for ribs, like all different types of shit. I've literally brought back pizzas, four cheesesteaks, a whole entire rack of ribs on the airplane, like flown, gotten the food, come back. Like we're crazy in that sense. I will go miles for food. Um, we would get it and we would get like five plates each. Like we would do soup and salad, and then we would switch. So like he would get the salad, I get the soup, and then I'd be like, "Oh, what kind of soup you want now? You want the pasta fagioli? Okay, I'll get that this time, and you can have that, and I'll have your salad. Five plates of pasta minimum. We're getting
Okay.
dough boxes. We're getting breadsticks to go. We're finishing at least two baskets while we're there. Like
I
yeah, when we
love
go,
that.
it's a mission. Like we don't fuck around because
Mhm.
it's only from I think it's only in the fall time. Coming it either just happened or it should be happening soon. Um, but yeah, and they keep raising the price. It used to be like 8.99, and now it's probably like 11 or 12.99, something like
Well,
that.
it's not too bad.
That's not a big
It's
price
still
difference.
great, but here's how they get you. They don't include protein, and they charge for extra protein. So it's like you got
Oh yeah.
dollars if you want chicken. Mm, you know, it's fine.
Yeah.
So I
Just
do
filling you.
I had to look this up.
I hate those
It's
kinds of
called
places.
a charney. I do like that.
A charney? What's that?
Arancini.
Oh, arancini. Oh,
Arancini.
I love
I do
arancini.
like. I
So
had to
good.
look. I had to look up some redeeming factors of Italian food. I do like, and I knew what it was like
I
rice
mean, not
balls.
everything. A lot of people, so like there's a common misconception. I'm very Italian American. My family has been here for at least
Oh, I
7.
know. I seen your Twitter.
Those are
Yeah.
rice balls.
Yeah, like I'm American as fuck. My family did not come over from Italy very soon. Like I'm very much a few generations removed. Um,
Okay.
I make a joke that my family's been here since the Salem witch trials.
Oh
Oh my
wow.
God.
Um, but yeah, so um, a lot of Italian cuisine, especially depending on which region you're in, is not a lot of pasta. Like pasta is not like a main dish. It's very much like a little side, and
Mhm.
you're not supposed to eat a lot of it. Like true, like authentic Italian restaurants compared to like the Italian American restaurants, you can tell because the portions are a lot bigger, and then in like the more authentic, they're a lot smaller. Because they do
Yeah.
courses, and it's more of like we have 7 courses, and here's like the small plates, and then you're filled up by the end of the meal because
I have
just
noticed
like in
that.
France, like a lot of more European places, uh, dinner and lunch are like a more of a not an but it's like you take 3 hours to eat dinner.
So, going on to what Pasta Slut was saying, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you probably know this, but that's actually where the term for Michelin stars came in. So basically, like, because Michelin is like the tires, like,
Mm-hmm.
so that's actually what it was. The higher the rating, the
Mm-hmm.
further people would drive to that restaurant
Oh wow,
eat their food. So that's kind of why we have Michelin star ratings.
that's crazy. I knew
Oh,
about like the connection with the tires, but I didn't know about like the distance. The distance.
Yeah.
next time you're at my home, oh, like, do you watch anime?
Um, I don't. Well, no, I don't currently watch anime. I watched anime when I was younger, until I was about, I would say like 21, 22.
Mhm.
And then I stopped watching it, not for any particular reason. I just started that Spiral one that's on HBO Max, I believe, Uzaki or Uzumaki or something like that. It's about like people's obsession with spirals. It's supposed to be like a horror anime or something. Um,
Okay.
why is my son?
The reason I ask is because like next time you come to my house, I have two cookbooks,
Mm-hmm.
and they both are cookbooks of the anime Food Wars. So it's just all the stuff they cooked in there. And if you ever
Okay.
seen Food Wars, there's
Yeah.
this it's the type of anime that's was written by someone who used to do hentai, but it's not
Mm.
a hentai. It's very ecchi, and
Oh,
basically they have orgasms from the food they were eating. And so, but in these two books, I can go through it and show you a screen like after this podcast, send you
Mhm.
pictures of a certain thing that's in the book,
yeah.
and like yeah, and I haven't tried it yet because I've been so busy packing and moving and stuff like that. And like even when you were here, I've only been here for a month. So that
Yeah.
when you were here, that was my 1 month anniversary of being here.
Mhm.
So like I don't know if you went through the rooms, whatever, but like
Mm-mm.
in one of the rooms, my stuff is still in suitcases, like it's still in
I
boxes.
was only in the merch room, or not merch room, but the room that you had the boxes of stuff, and then
She went to the box, Sarah.
The box of goodies.
and thank you so much, by the way. As a sex worker, I have no fucking toys but my Hitachi. Like that's literally it. So
Oh.
like, I
Yeah.
finally got 2 dildos, and I got a creature one. I've never had a creature one. I've always wanted to try
Like
it,
I think you took a creature
Ooh.
one.
and then a super big clear one.
You took that soup like one of the super 17-inch dildos, and
Ooh.
she took an anal one.
I took an
Mhm.
anal one.
Yeah, that the purple one is a
I didn't
anal.
take the purple one. I like
Hmm.
the clear one, and
You
A clear
posted
one
you
and like a
posted
weird.
it. Yeah, that's an anal one. The weird
Oh, the wand thingy. Okay, I'm thinking you're talking about that one, the double one that you showed me.
No, it's one like that goes like this. You took a picture of it.
Oh,
Yeah.
that goes in your butt.
But you can put it in it's made for your butt because it's so long. But you can stick it up your like pasta slut
Oh, okay.
as a person who enjoys stuff going into females' pussies, um, no one will complain about you putting one that's made for the vagina inside your pussy.
Yeah,
It's just because of how long it is, because you'd be able to stick the whole thing up
that's
your
weird.
butthole. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pussy only goes so far, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
I'm not an anal girly, so
Yeah,
I'm
just
just starting to get to dip my toes into educating myself more about like how to go about doing
well,
anal
did
play
did
because
you know it was a anal prep kit in the box?
no, I didn't.
oh
It was a
I
yeah.
was listen, I didn't get an extra plate. I didn't like look through the box very well. I had my
because
Uber was
yeah,
there,
you called
he
your
kept
Uber.
calling me and I wasn't trying to have him
Yeah,
can't
like if I would have told you to wait to call the Uber and then
I
because
was gonna
like
go to work and I ended up not even going to work. So I
because
was
you were yeah
thinking,
you were looking through the box and like I'm like okay and then two people had to leave and so
Mm-hmm.
I did the nice thing and like took a picture with them and then walked them out
Mm-hmm.
and so that's what I was doing when you were looking through the box.
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, this is what she took. And then I didn't even see what you took until you took a picture of it and said, "Thank you, Raw Star." I'm like, oh, okay, and I'm like, oh, she took one of the big, 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 big dicks, you know.
No, I think Chris
Ooh,
handed
nice.
it to me or something, and he's like, "Here you go." I was like, "Okay."
Oh my God.
I
But for real,
know.
if you need tips and tricks on like how to do anal or anal prep safely, hit me up because I
I
know some things. I've been around the block.
I definitely will. I just uh like douched my asshole for the first time.
Enema.
Yeah,
Oh,
because
did
I
you?
wanted to see what it was like.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting. I don't know. It was
I
Yeah.
have I have a cabinet. I don't know. Oh, you didn't walk down the hallway
no,
because
I didn't walk in here. Oh
everybody
wait,
saw the.
I went to the bathroom and
Don't take her.
it had like pictures of Sarah on the wall and stuff. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's what we were talking
But
about.
yeah, but yeah,
Mhm.
when you go down a little bit more, it was just a cabinet, and that cabinet is just full of douches and everything. I'm
Mhm.
like this, and like
I
people,
organized that cabinet.
I
people will
love that.
say, and you organize it so well. I have a hard time finding stuff sometimes. I don't know where you put it at, but
Yeah.
we didn't talk afterwards, and like to say, y'all put this here because like it was a point like a few days ago. And I'm like, it's in here somewhere, and but it's 11 o'clock at night, so I can't call Sarah. But
And
I don't,
well,
I don't do that.
I might be asleep, but you can still call me and ask.
I wouldn't do that at 11. Anyway, but in there I have like the thing is because I have some people over my house that do sex work.
Yeah.
It's a 95% chance that it's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like tampons,
I've heard
douches, the day
Massage oils.
besides the day after pill,
Mhm.
uh
And they're not expired, by the way. I double checked some of them.
so funny. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I've heard from a few people that you are very hospitable and you have literally anything and everything that anyone could think of in your home, like
yeah.
that they need while they were hanging out there or whatever.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because like and I'm not gonna say names, whatever, but like people have caught their period at my home.
Yeah.
So like you gotta be prepared for that. And like I have organic tampons now, whatever now. But
Period.
because
No
because a
pun
person huh?
I said period, no pun intended.
Yeah, but and the thing is like because I didn't have the organic ones at the time,
Mm.
and it was like 2 o'clock in the morning. The only thing that we could get for them so they didn't, bleed everywhere, was adult diapers.
Mm-hmm.
So I have some adult diapers in my cabinet. And
Mm-hmm.
they wore it, they said it felt so comfortable. But it was just they put on a diaper.
At
It's
one point, he also bought period underwear, but mind you, I kind of stole them all.
I always like I always change how I want to deal with my period every month. Like I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. No, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and I'm like, this is
Exactly.
how
It's
I'm
all
feeling.
about listening to your body, really.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're more sensitive than others, Like
Mm-hmm.
that's
Mm-hmm.
just how it goes. You just gotta listen to your body and use that as a way to take care of yourself.
Exactly. Preach it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
I'm just waiting for mine. I'm like, what's the date? I'm waiting for mine. I just start bleeding. I'm like, all right, oh,
Fun.
like feeling my boobs. Like there's a 30% chance I'll get it. 40. I don't know.
Yeah, I get that.
Ah, ugh. I'm
but
gonna get
yes. But yeah, I keep everything just in case because things occur. Like I know I showed this to someone else. I have the hot pass, the pad, like the heating thingies.
uh-huh. Oh,
It's
nice.
Mhm.
just
Clutch.
for your cramps.
Exactly.
That's so smart.
Hmm.
And it's just
He's
because
I
got
always think
everything. He even has like some spare clothes too.
that's
yeah.
fire. I
Hmm.
always think that like men should have if they're having like women regardless of whether it's a significant other or family or friends or whatever, if you have people come into your house, you should have things prepared, like
Hmm.
a little like guest thing like under the sink, something, tampons, pads, whatever. And then like in general for other guests, it doesn't just have to be women, but yeah, like have a little something there,
Baby
something.
Yeah,
wipes.
I have like y'all didn't notice this, but it was like a little black container. Those are just filled with tampons. But the thing is also, and I noticed no one used these, and I put it specifically there because I know I would have females over.
Mhm.
I have disposable things for
Wipes.
toilets.
Oh, the toilet seat
Smart
cover.
seat covers.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's so
Because
smart.
even though,
We could get along real well.
I have a lot
I
like
feel
I
like
have
I'm like hospital. I mean, I'm not as hospital. That's good. You're super fucking prepared. But like I feel the same way towards like hos hospitality or like,
Yeah.
being like accommodating.
but
It's
then
a way to make someone feel like more welcome.
hmm
but
Definitely.
it
My
is just
family was
because
big on that shit.
like people come to my house to shop though too though. They say, "Oh, I need this right away." Hey, Raw,
Oh my
is
God.
there a strap on in that box right now?
Down
Hmm.
as
Maybe.
well.
I've
I'm
done
like,
that where
maybe.
I've been like wanting to do a scene or like a solo video that day, and I'm like, I'm gonna mix things up. All right, let me check the box of goodies, see what's in there. Let me check the lingerie box, see what's
Yeah,
in there.
I had to really separate the boxes because like sometimes the stuff that I have planned to use for something else ends up in that box and I'm like, uh-oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Like
Pick up.
I have an outfit that is on its way
Uh-huh.
that I think will work well for somebody that I might supposed to be shooting, whatever. And
Mhm.
like I gotta make sure it doesn't end up in the box.
Smart.
And I think it's like sometimes I order stuff and it just doesn't get used. So that's how it
Mhm.
just ends up in the box. It's like, hey,
Yeah, that's smart.
you're small. You want this?
Oh my
Mhm.
I
God,
look good
speaking
in it.
of, okay, so I got this really cute bra pant, like three-piece set from the box, and I brought it to work to like wear because I wanted to wear something white. And I take it out and I look and I'm like, this is not a small.
That happens.
It literally like it looked like a large. And then I tried it on and like the crotch part was like dangling like down on me and
Oh, yeah. I've had that happen to me too. And I'm like, I know I'm small, but like This
Oh,
is
like the bra fit
definitely
won't
like
like.
Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute. Was it when you had to pull?
What do you mean?
It's something there that you have to adjust.
No, this one was it was like a pair of lace briefs and it didn't have any sort of like adjustment on the panties.
That's
dang.
I have to look at them. Don't get up right now. I'm thinking
Mhm.
on, but I have to look at what you were talking about because I don't know. Because like I don't know if the bag said it or the outfit said it.
Yeah, because
If the
sometimes
ba
it gets put into the wrong bag.
Fair.
that could be
Yeah,
because like
maybe.
I
No, no,
know.
the outfit and the bag both said it.
Oh, then
Oh.
I don't know then.
It was probably just larger, like that company or
Yeah,
whatever.
because like there's
Mhm.
Like,
sometimes where people take it out to look at it and say,
that
no,
makes
and they just set it down and they go look at a few and I just put them back in the bag.
I feel like I had looked at the bag and then when I saw how big the panties were, I like checked the tag and was like, there's no way that's a small.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
I mean,
happens to me too.
Okay, that just means I need to grow my ass. It's fine. I just need to
I
grow my
mean, we have like we
bottom
have one of the
Even
people,
then, that's more of a torso thing. Like the
or
one
like
speaking of
or
that,
my hips. I need my hips
you
to
didn't
be.
take the torso.
oh yeah, he does have like a torso like dildo in there
I
in
had
the
three.
Oh,
It
like
was
the man?
yeah,
yeah.
it was three torsos in there.
Oh my God, I had no idea. Oh
I
my God.
have one of them. I
Yeah,
have
it was.
like a
I
full
Well, no,
torso.
she has full torso, and it was
Uh-huh.
like it was three half torsos in there.
My full torso thing is like 18 pounds. I kid you not. These things are heavy and they are
I
adorable.
I want I swear to God, is that my damn? I swear I keep hearing something that sounds like
You're just in anticipation, my
I'm
friend.
anticipating.
So I want to say this. I believe that you need to come back through here one time, and I need to show you what's actually in here. Like,
Exactly.
Anytime, anytime. Yes. Is
Oh,
it?
she froze again.
yes.
Oh, you back.
I think it's because I think it's because she's getting text messages from her phone, and that keeps stopping it. It's
Mm,
okay though.
I
It's
don't think
okay
it's
though.
fake texts.
Oh,
she's on her laptop.
I thought she was on her phone. Anyway, since we have not talked about this yet, it's like what's your porn? You know, you do porn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are a porn star. I like yeah.
Yeah,
We
you're
So
right.
talked about pasta. We talked
God,
about periods. Like we
that
talked about
vaccine.
barbecue and food. Now
I
let's
mean,
get back to the nitty gritty.
Nitty gritty.
I mean like all those things taste good and so does she. So it all worked together.
Yeah,
That's
you have
true.
to know really who I am. You had to kind of know that stuff, so it's fine. It's fine.
Mhm.
Um,
Exactly. Getting to know her, the real her.
yeah, exactly. No, but yeah, let's see. Where should I start?
So you say you've been in for 2 years, right?
Uh-huh. Professionally, 2 years. Yeah.
And so
So,
like
what
are
is
you
your favorite scene that you have filmed so far, or the most, I guess,
memorable?
the most memorable one?
Um, so my most favorite scene, I think, was this one that I did for Bratty Foot Girls. I did a few scenes for them, and I did this one where I had like a little figurine and basically like my partner um he took this performance enhancing like vitamin supplement and the
Mhm.
next morning he woke up and he was like a little tiny miniature guy. Like he had chunk. So it was like a little like joy situation that I did where I'm like talking to him and like putting him in my mouth and like I used like a GoPro and like we had different cameras and it was really cool, different than anything I've ever done before and like I really love doing like fetish content.
Mhm.
So I thought that was really interesting. I really enjoyed that. That was like my most memorable, I think. Um, but I always have to say that my bang bus scene is like probably my favorite. That one just like anyone who's like a fan of me, I think they would say that's their favorite video of mine. Um, I don't know. It was so fun. And Don is like my favorite co-star. He's actually one of my only co-stars who I like still talk to this day and like hang out with. I consider a friend.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I loved that one. I just was getting manhandled in the back of a bus. Like it was great.
I like that. That's
So,
fun. How many guys were there?
It was just one. It was just Don Sudan. I've never done a scene with more than one guy. I've done it for fun, but never on camera.
I get
not
that.
not on camera yet, but we'll
Not
get
Right?
there.
yet. Yeah, I'm not opposed to it. It just has to be the right scene for me. I'm very much I like to kind of follow after Angela White in the sense of if it's not a fuck yeah, it's a no. If
Mhm.
I'm not completely interested in doing it, I'm not gonna do it because whereas this does pay my bills and stuff, I have
You
never
have to
been one
enjoy
to
it.
just exactly. I've never been one to just do whatever scenes or collabs because it's beneficial or because it's whatever, whatever. If I personally am not wanting to do it or don't like not don't like the person, but I'm not attracted to the person, this, that, and the third, whatever my reasoning may be, I won't do it. Cause
You shouldn't. I mean, like,
oh yeah.
because at the end of the day, and I understand like money issues for a lot of people, whatever. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying what you're doing, you can
Hmm.
see it in your face.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like even
And
the best actresses, like for sure.
Exactly. You can still see it in the eyes, you know?
Or even just the lack of performance they do give. Like even if you can't exactly tell they're not enjoying themselves, you can kind of tell, especially if you look at their other stuff, like, oh, I can tell they didn't put as much into this one. So like now
Their
I
heart
understand
wasn't in it.
they weren't exactly like
and like I don't know, like I think it's because like I only watch a certain type of porn, and
hmm
I can tell the young ladies who are I'm gonna say gay for pay and who
Hmm.
aren't gay for pay, because like since I only watch Girl Girl and Girl Machine, it's like okay, you're not you don't really want to be there,
Exactly.
and the thing is also because like I rarely watch it. It's hard for me to watch porn now because I know too many people in it, and so
What cartoon porn is for.
and I have some hot takes about things like that that I could, I mean, I don't think I get canceled for it, but like I have some opinions about things like that, and I'm just like, hmm, you
like
know,
what? Oh, about them not. Yeah, because
like
no,
being gay for pay and stuff. Like it just kind of irritates me a little bit.
Mhm.
it's like they don't
Irritates.
want like it's like
I
they don't
never
want
want
to
to
lick
take
it. They
away from
want
anyone's bag.
I get that.
And like you're an actress, and in normal cinema, people play roles that they're not, whatever, so it makes sense. But in this industry, when it's about sex and pleasure and like showing,
Mhm.
like it's for people's satisfaction, that's why people watch porn. I feel like there's so many creators and performers who actually are authentically queer, and so
Hmm.
like, they should be ones who are getting those scenes as opposed to someone who's just a big name or people want to see doing gay stuff with, like, you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
Mhm.
but then I'm also like, I as a thespian, I can understand the aspect of it is acting and blah 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 and people, my fans do want to see me with this girl or if it's guy this guy with whatever whatever, but I'm just like I want to give a chance to like the actual creators who are like
Because
would fit the description.
I
Like
Yeah,
have been on set with some people who are gay for pay. And
mhm.
like until I realize that, I'm just kind of like, do I smell funky down there? What's going on? Like just because you see
Yeah,
them face, like
uh-huh.
they're not into it, or like, they're not licking what they should be licking. They're just licking around it. Stuff
and
like that where
now
I'm huh.
and now I
Or
feel that
they'll
like
lick and then spit it out like back onto the pussy. And I'm like, okay, like,
and like
do they
I
just not
feel
like me or do they just not like
In
pussy?
general.
and like there's one
So
thing I can say though, like I think there's a big difference out there also of people's first time doing it, and it just happened to be their
mhm,
first time on set doing a
mhm,
scene with a girl, prefer like
mhm.
compared to them just not wanting to do it. And there's been so many
Mhm.
scenes that I try to watch of people I don't know and say, oh my God, like, do you got low?
Yeah.
Right? Like certain things where it's like, well, they should have just hired someone who really wants to be down there, you know? Like that's the kind of thing. Like I have been on set with someone who was a newbie
Mhm.
who had never eaten pussy before, but mind you, she wanted to. So
Yeah,
you
there's a
can still
difference.
see that enthusiasm. Like I had to teach her how to eat pussy, which was
Mhm.
fine. That was absolutely
Yeah,
fine.
she was
She was
willing to learn.
enthusiastic. Yeah,
Mhm.
she was willing to learn, and you can see it in her face that she wanted it.
Yeah.
But like when there's someone who's already seasoned, and you're just like, oh, do they just not like me?
Yeah.
You
I'm
know?
like worried like that I'm gonna get someone because I started out in the industry. This is crazy. I started out in the industry only wanting to do girl girl.
Mhm.
I didn't want to do like boy girl ever. And the only scenes I was booked for, I got like 10 scenes in my first month. They were all boy girl. And
Yeah,
I'm like, I
that
can't
tends to
say
happen.
no to 10 fucking scenes. Like that's crazy. Let me just do these. I'll try to push out my own content of girl girl, this and the third. Well, that didn't happen. Everyone
Mhm.
loved my boy girl scenes. They like so now my biggest things that people like buy for me and stuff and want to see is like my boy girl or like multiple girl like threesome things with like two girls and a guy or whatever. And I'm like,
Mhm.
but I'm just worried that because I'm gonna have a girl girl scene, like I'm never gonna not like I'm gonna start my career in it. I'm just waiting for a company to book me with girl girl. Companies, please fucking book me, girl girl, please, please.
Right?
Like,
Hey,
No,
hello.
if you
I
need someone to get
it's
out,
easy because I feel
you
like
can flirt me like some pasta, okay?
I'm not straight for pay. Like I do like dick, but I like women, dick, actually women, dick, pussy, men. That's like in if that makes sense to y'all. Like
I get
I love
that. Yeah.
women. I think I like dick a little more than pussy because I love penetration more than like stimulation or anything else. So like I would hate a
Mhm.
dildo or something of the sort in like a girl-girl relationship. Um but I really don't like men romantically like that. Like I'm very much a lover girl and I can like men, but I like women.
I get you. I feel
I'm
like
like
I'm kind of
I
that
want
same
to be
level.
freaking women on camera, not men. Like,
Exactly.
why do I feel
Like
like
I've done like all girl orgies where it's been like, well, there was one where it was actually like kind of like a reverse gangbang, but it was more of like
okay,
an orgy. It was
uh-huh.
what I think like 11 girls.
Oh my God, I love that.
So it was like we kind of did like a little circle train where all of us were just eating each
That's-
other's pussies out. I was in heaven,
I
you know.
love that.
Mhm.
So, I'm curating a list of about 8 to 10 people. I think that's how
okay,
it's gonna be because weight uh whatever.
before you go forward, my next question was going to be,
Yes,
who
what's
are
the
your top five people who you have not worked with that you want to work with?
You know, I
Mhm.
was thinking about that yesterday and I was like, what am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? What am I gonna say? And I want to it's so hard to pick five because I want to pick my friends who I haven't worked with yet, but then there's also like big stars who like that would be like my I made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like obviously you, Cali Caliente,
Me? Thank
so
you. Jesus. Oh my God. Like,
Yes,
I got
finally
finally, it only
I
took
made it
100.
on someone's
Miss
list.
I
Carolyn.
made it. I made it. Only took 165 episodes. I made it. No, I'm playing.
Goodness gracious.
No, but like um
No,
yeah,
Sarah.
you, Hazel Callie. I'd love to do a pro scene with Nina. I've already shot with her though, so I don't think I could really say that. It doesn't count. Angela White,
I
fucking
mean,
huge.
it counts. It's just
Mhm.
not pro scene, but
Yeah, 'cause it's not a
she's
pro
gonna do pro
scene.
scene.
We've only done collabs, so like I would love to do a pro scene with her. Because that's like my industry bestie. So I just feel like it would make sense. Like I want to be like I want people to see us as like, oh, and these are two I really want to work with. Amina Green and Willow Ryder. I want to work with them. So
Oh,
fucking bad.
You know what's crazy?
girl, I've done
Everybody,
heavy
everybody
lifting.
you named, I've spoken to within the last 7 days,
Like I literally love them so much. I'm such a fan. And like
except for Willow. But yeah,
I was a fan of all of these people. I didn't know Sarah. I will be honest. I didn't know Sarah, but I was a fan of all these people before I was even in the industry. And
Mhm.
then I like had met them, including Sarah, at this beach at the Hollover Beach, and I
Mhm.
didn't tell anyone I was a fan of them until the very end. And they were like, "We really fuck with you," and I was like, "Actually, I'm a fan of y'all. I literally masturbate to y'all, and thank you so much because that makes me feel
I
That
joke,
was such a fun day.
I've jokingly said this, but oh my God. Amina, she's my foodie buddy. So
Mhm.
before she started moving around a
yeah.
lot more than she is now, like she was the person who I used to get random food with.
Oh my God, I love
That is
that.
my homie. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, we live close, so
Yeah.
So you should slip her up like some
Yeah,
pasta.
I was gonna say that after the podcast and say, I need a new foodie buddy. Like I
yeah.
really do. 'Cause
Mhm.
when you're talking excitedly about going to all these places with your parental father, I'm like, oh, I am so down. Like I need someone to eat with.
Mhm.
Just
I was like,
to
hey, Raw, we're going to Chicago. I want to try these sausage and peppers.
oh my God, I've been like if I go to Chicago, I gotta go visit my family. And I try to avoid that sometimes. But that's a
That's
different story. I love you, family.
same. No, no, literally, my family's like an hour or two outside of Chicago on a good day. So yeah.
Mine too, but I avoid them like the plague.
So
Yep.
Chicago's a thing. No,
Right? Let's go to Chicago.
let's take this back.
Food.
I love my Chicago family. It's the ones that live a little bit out of Chicago that,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah. Mine are literally near Kankakee.
I'm not sure where
I don't
that
know
is.
where it is.
It's in Illinois. It's literally in like the middle of nowhere. Kankakee is the King Von song. She's
Okay.
got
Hmm.
she's got some top from the stripper hoe. She from Kankakee. That song.
Oh shit.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, but so it was really funny that my I had pulled up there and my family lived there and I was like, what the fuck? Like
Hmm.
there's like TikToks about this. That's funny. I feel like there it's like 300 to 500 people in their town. Like
That's very small.
really old, like it looks like almost like an old Western town situation. Like there's like four
Hmm.
stores, if that, like four public things, including
Hmm.
fire stations.
Have you contemplated going to Exotica Chicago?
I would love to try to go to all of them.
I get you. I get you.
I I've only ever been to Miami, and this is my first year going to New Jersey.
Hmm.
Chicago is the April, right? Like the
Yes,
very
that's the one in April.
okay. So I missed it last this year. So next year, I probably would. I would be down.
Mm.
I would just need to plan
Well,
it. I never planned going to like the only one I ever planned going to is AVN, but even then I just know I want to go. I never actually plan it until like 2 weeks before. So I'm like
I kind
really
of do that too. See, we can just stay together and then plan to stay an extra few days and just go to the city and eat, just
I
go
would
travel, like
literally
find
love it.
some food
Pasha,
places.
I've never
Is
been
that
to
all the
AVN.
museums? You never been to AVN? Oh, AVN's my favorite. I haven't been to
Mhm.
all of them yet, but the ones I've been to, AVN's my favorite.
I've been to XRCO. I've been to XBiz Miami.
Mm.
And I've never been to the X when out here award show, and of course, Urban X. So those are the three
I
that I've.
was,
I've been to all of them, like the big name ones.
yeah.
X like what the ones he said, XRCO, XBiz Miami, XBiz LA, AVN. I've been to all four of the Exoticas, and then I even went to FetCon at some point.
Ugh,
So I can give you like I don't
Well,
know tips
like,
and tricks
if
about each of them.
we're talking
It's
about expos.
amazing.
I've been to AdultCon LA, Exotica LA, and Exotica Miami.
Nice.
That's
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
I don't. I'm not the biggest fan of going to things if I'm not getting compensated in some capacity.
I
And
get that.
How a lot of people
I'm not a
feel.
performer, so there's no reason for me to go to like travel. And the only reason I went to XBiz Miami because I was in Miami for something else, and I
Mhm.
only went to the functions. I didn't go to the convention because I was doing something else that day. And then I had the opportunity to, take pictures of this lady named Sarah Lace, and then someone then Carmela Clutch said, "Hey, can you record me and this other girl having sex?" And I'm like, "Okay, I'll do it." And then I recorded them having sex.
Love that.
I
No,
remember
I'm
seeing
no, no,
that
hold on, I'm talking
video
about.
afterwards too.
I'm saying it like that as like saying, "Okay, I'll do it." I'm not saying it that like that because I think it would be bad. It was a fantastic scene.
No,
Both the ladies who did it were very amazing. I had no
Mhm.
complaints. Just throw it out there. Anyway,
I saw the video and that shit was good.
I
yeah.
know. I
That
love
was
it.
awesome. I was like,
I know
damn.
how to record. I know how to record people having sex sometimes.
Yeah.
Thing. Why do
Nina,
you think I keep asking you every time I'm in town to film something or photograph something even?
But
Oh,
anywho, but yeah, so we got to make sure that you get your top five.
mm-hmm.
Thank you
Let's
for
get
so
them.
yeah, definitely
You want
those
to start with the
top
first
five.
one on your list?
Yeah.
I'd have some time in Jersey. Hey.
She's joking over
Hello.
there. She can't get it
Right?
out.
Joking. I'm just kidding. I'm dramatic as fuck.
It's okay. I get it.
So, question. So, what do you what do you have on your accomplishment list within the next 2 years? Feasible
In
What do you see yourself doing for the next two or in the next two
in the next
years?
2 years. What is
in
your
terms of
what
performing,
anything?
In general, anything.
okay, because I have like life goals and then I have like career goals. So it's like, you know,
Either or. And I'm bucketing it down to 2 years because, like, anything you could do in 20 years from now could be
yeah.
vast. But if you have something that you
Oh
want
Mhm.
my
to
God.
do right now,
Yeah,
it's
no, two
like,
years is good. Um, so 2 years, oh my God, so much, literally so much. Uh,
Mhm.
let's see if I can like rapid fire. I want to make $1 million.
Okay.
I easily think I could do it. I could easily do it. I think.
Yes.
So I have horses, so I'm probably would have like a stable full of horses by in the next 2 years,
Mhm.
that are being either trained or bred to race. Um, I want to have a cookbook either in the works or published. I want to have my first showcase and feature film. I would love to have a browser's contract or a vixen contract by then. That would be amazing. But we'll
That'd be
see.
fun as fuck.
Valentina just got her vixen angel crowning and they went to Italy in her hometown and did a whole thing. And I'm like, damn. And I was sitting there and I was like, damn, well, they can't do the same thing again, like Italy, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, I'm Irish. Do I need to like play up my Irish heritage too and be like, hey, let's go to Ireland? Like,
Hey, why
no.
not? Multicultural.
Yeah, I am. I never like uh really I thought that like my Italian side would be more marketable, especially with like my love for like the cuisine. Um, so I like chose to like run with that as opposed to like my other um whatever.
I mean,
I get that.
you can have pride in, of course, one side, but you can just note that I'm also this, you
Hmm.
know.
Because
Hmm.
like my government name is super fucking Irish. It's very Irish. But my stage name is super Italian. So I'm like, I know I don't want to forget my roots. I know where I come from. I have a little shamrock tattoo. I don't know if y'all can see it.
That's it.
But yeah, so no, like I love being Irish. But yeah,
Yeah, I'm just see,
although it
I'm just
fine with
straight out the hood.
remarkable.
See, both of my names are just ambiguous, you know?
Yeah.
Sarah place and then my legal name, like both of them are just ethnically ambiguous where you can't really tell. Like
Yeah.
my
My
like my
my
name is
government name,
definitely
my
Latina.
government name is so boring, you know. It is so lame and boring. So,
Oh, don't say
Mhm.
that. It's
oh, it
your
is.
We'll
It
tell you
is.
later, but
yeah, but it's
I
your
I
name,
agree.
you
Oh, I
know?
don't. My mother doesn't call me my name anymore.
Oh.
Yeah,
She call you Ross.
yeah, she does call me Raw Star.
She does.
Well, so wait, you have to if you don't mind, tell me how you got your name and I'll tell y'all how I got mine.
Okay, well, you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
No, you can go first.
So, when I was growing up, I was
Hmm.
really quiet. I didn't talk to anybody.
Hmm.
And like I was getting bullied a
Really?
lot. I was getting bullied a lot, like tremendously bullied.
Hmm.
And like one day I just snapped on somebody and somebody
Good.
started calling me raw.
Uh-huh.
They started calling me raw. And then like
Like because you're raw or
no,
like
just because I just went off. It was just like,
oh, okay.
okay, okay, raw dude. And like it just stuck for a second. And then about a year and a half later, this girl said raw star because her name is Gustaria. I love you out there. But she said raw star. And at the time I used to just write it with one R because it just stuck. And
Uh-huh.
I started doing a wrestling show. And the
Oh,
dude on the show misspelled my name on
uh-huh.
like 8 shows. And so it was good. It was on TV. So it said Raw Star with two R's
Uh-huh.
on TV, you know.
Oh.
And then after a while, right after in a while, I gave it made it into an acronym. So
Hmm.
Raw Star is technically an acronym. It
Oh,
means
really? Okay.
ready and willing, still terrorizing and regulating regularly, which means I am ready and willing for any obstacle you put forth in front of me. Still, I terrorize and regulate on those who try to hold me down and try to, break me down, and I do it on a regular basis. Raw star. And
I
then
love that. That's so creative.
Right?
they called my father King real name.
Huh?
And like so they called me Prince real name for being his son.
Okay.
And so when he died, whatever, I actually added it to my name. So everywhere I go now, I write Prince Raw Star.
Oh, I love that. That's so cute.
And like in my fraternity, my line name is Prince Raw Star and
Oh, so you had
Mighty
that's
Elite.
been like a name throughout your life.
I've been using the name since I was 13.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay, that's awesome.
I'm 41 now.
Wow. That's so
So
cool.
more than half my life.
The more you
Older,
know.
yeah, I've been using there's people who are just now joining porn that are younger than my name. So
Yeah.
yeah, my name
Mhm.
is what's that? What year is this? My name is
I'm younger than
my
20.
my my name is
I'm
30 years old.
yeah, I'll be 27, so I'm younger
Your
than
You
name is
30?
older than me, Rasta.
No, 96, 96. So 28. Yeah, 28.
yeah,
Yeah,
20.
28.
Yeah,
I popped out 97.
Yeah, so
exactly. Me too. Yeah.
I've been using the name since you were one. No,
That's
no,
crazy.
no, no,
No,
no, no.
negative one.
Negative one. One, yeah. I've been using it
No,
for a year when you
a
were
year
born.
before.
The year
hmm
before. That's crazy.
So for my name, at least, I do like watching a lot of crime shows. And
Hmm.
around the time I actually started, I started modeling at 18. It was just modeling.
Hmm.
So obviously they had me pick a stage name. So at first I was just gonna pick like a first name, and I had seen it on NCIS, where they said Sarah is Arabic for princess. So I was like, ooh, I'm a total princess, you know. So I just went ahead and went with Sarah because I wanted to also keep it like ethnically ambiguous. I didn't want to just be known as a Latina model. I just wanted to be known as a model, you
Yeah.
know. And so they were like, actually, you need a last name too, so we can like, you know, so we can
Yeah.
give you like a full name. And I was like, okay. And so they were like, oh, think of something that you can sign easily, where you can like autograph it for when you become famous and blah blah blah. And I was like, when I become famous, like
Hmm.
I'm just doing pictures here and there because I like the art of it. And they're like, okay,
Girl.
at the end of the day, your name is still a brand, so you have to
Yeah.
find something good. So they were thinking something like my initials like SS, and I was like, I don't know about that. So they were like, all right, what about SL? And so they're like, all right, what is the last name that starts with L? And so I went through a whole bunch of them, and then I was like, actually, you know what? I just like the name Lace because it's like it shows like the sensuality, the femininity,
I was
but
gonna
lace can actually when lace is made properly, it can be strong as well.
say,
So I was like, all right, it's both soft and strong, it's both sensual and fierce. So
mm-hmm.
I just kind of ended up going with Sarah Lace.
That's so cool. That's so interesting. Mine's not very interesting. Mine's like, okay, I remember I was sitting in my apartment and I was on the phone with my agent and he's like, okay, like you signed, blah, blah, blah. You need a stage name. Like I know I was already pasta slut on Twitter because like
Mhm,
I had a collab that went viral and then like my agent like reached out to me and was like, hey, you want to sign and do porn? And I was like, fuck it, let's do it. And that's how
mhm,
I became a porn star. Um, so I was like, okay, let me think.
mhm,
Italian names, and I knew I wanted alliteration. And I was looking at different girls and seeing what they were doing, and I'm like, okay, no shade, no tea. These are all basic as fuck. Which is smart because, it's easy to remember, this, that, and the third, whatever. But I'm like, okay, I need to stand out, but yet still be like high enough on like the alphabet to where I'm not like at the very bottom, not at the very bottom.
mhm,
Because at first I had some names that I honestly like more than my name, but
mhm.
I chose my name and I'm sticking with it. So if I have a daughter and she wants to do porn, I'm gonna make her do those things.
I want to
I just,
say
I
something.
just kidding.
It's
I
what's
just kidding.
crazy. What's crazy is the name that I used when I first started doing anything in the industry. Because the very
Mhm,
first thing I did in the industry was the extra thing. Um, and I gave them a name, and like they discovered what my nickname was. Because this wasn't a name from porn; it was something else. But
Yeah.
like they were like, "Oh, we're not gonna call you that. We're gonna call you this." Because the name
You're
I
like,
used was Mr. The letter X, the letter T, and the letter C.
ecstasy.
yes, exactly. So he wanted to go with that, but they
I
didn't
Yeah.
let.
love that.
And I'm like, it's such a good name. And
That's
my
really good.
friend, like, I called my friend up, my best friend, I'm like, hey, I need a name. They said, well, try to be like Mr. Marcus and just put Mr. and just put these letters. I'm like, okay, bet.
That's so
And
smart.
no one uses like I want someone to join the porn and just use that name. Just to use it. Like, there you
Yeah,
go.
like it needs to be showcased.
Mhm.
Yeah, because it's a good name. It's like ecstasy, you
I've
Yeah.
said
know.
it before, and I feel like that sounds like a perfect DJ name.
Oh,
DJ Ecstasy. Like,
okay.
When
you know,
I
Ecstasy. Yeah, you could see him headlining at damn Lost Lands or something.
exactly.
I mean this
Exactly. It's
the
a good
whole
name.
the whole
To trademark
name
it and then like sell it to somebody.
the
Sell
whole
the idea.
name was like the entire like idea of this podcast came from DJing though.
yeah, that's so true.
Because like you met Chris Studs at the barbecue. But when he used to do the show with me, we used to start as DJ Duck and DJ Eclipse. And yeah, and then we got kicked off the radio, which in title make us called the Burbank Misfits because we got kicked off, we got in trouble so much. And so yeah, and then we made this podcast, the Misfit, effect,
Yeah,
Anyway, so
smart.
yeah.
My
That's how
dad,
all of our names came to be.
I love that. Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm so ADHD, which I didn't even finish my story. Um,
yeah.
alliteration. Okay, so I literally am Googling Italian names. Okay. I'm Googling Italian names and Italian. I was gonna make my last name, a pasta shape. So I had a few things I'll just give away some of the bad ones, like Zoe Ziti, or um, like I actually had like, if you guys know lasagna, Del Rey, I actually had a lasagna as a last name, but
Mhm.
like how she did it in like she was creative. But mine was literally like some I forget what the first name was, but it was like L and then lasagna. One of my favorites, and I don't know if I should say it because I don't want anyone to
Yeah,
take it, but
don't say it. Don't say it.
I'll tell y'all. But like, it's so good, dude. Um, but I just didn't look like that name. Like I was like looking at myself and like saying the name over and over again, and like it didn't suit me. I put my friends and my agent in a group chat, and I give them like a list of like 5 to 12 names or something, and we all eliminated them until I got down to like 2 or 3, and then I'm like, okay, guys, what's my name? And they all picked Chiara Chianti.
Nice. I
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, and pasta slut. Um, comes from my love of pasta, obviously. Me
You
And
being
your
like
love of
pasta?
being
You
flooded
like
out.
pasta? I would never guess.
exactly right. Like, look, where's my little chain? My little necklace. Anyways, it says pasta.
Does it say pasta?
Yeah,
She's
it says
pasta
pasta,
slut.
but and it has
Oh
a
my
crown.
God. That's
I
awesome.
have I have a Kiara one too, but it like broke or like it came broken, and so I just have been too lazy to go get it fixed.
I get
But
that.
I have Chianti and pasta slut, and I want to like put it all together. Um, but no, pasta slut. Like I would literally take baths at least like 3 times a week when I was in high school and then above. And my biggest thing was eating pasta in the bath and watching Netflix and like drinking wine or
Okay.
something. Like I made it a
Yeah.
whole like a ritual.
Mhm.
And usually anytime I was eating in the bath, it was some sort of pasta or like yeah, it was always some sort of pasta. Um, and then I started eating
Have you done a
pasta.
pasta photo shoot yet?
Okay, so
Oh.
I have done a pasta photo shoot and I love it so much. And my manager hates it. He says it's the worst thing I've done in my career. Um,
Good.
it was a very, so I had pretty girl headshots that I had to do with Dean Capture. I,
Mm-hmm.
w I wish I had the money to work with him more, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was doing my pretty girl photos, and then I did an impromptu photo shoot with pasta because I was making food for everyone that was there. I was at my friend's house, and he let me use his house for a photo shoot. So I was like, okay, let me make food because I'm always making food. He has a beautiful kitchen, so I was like, okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I was making pasta and meatballs and stuff. So I decided to just lay everything out,
Mm-hmm.
and I I liked it. I don't know. I thought it was cute, but it was also very impromptu and like taken on the phone and like the angles weren't always the best and whatever, but I thought it was adorable and it like was cute enough. I
Mm-hmm.
need to do it. He always says that I need to redeem myself and redo it and make it better and whatever. So I will do maybe for my birthday, it'll be a pasta shoot because
Well, a
I still
month
haven't
away.
Fun. Yeah.
It's November
it's
6th.
no, December 2nd.
Okay.
Okay.
December 2nd. Everyone's invited to my birthday if they can come. It's in LA. So, um, I'll see. I don't know. I don't know.
Sagittarius.
Hopefully, yeah. Sag
It was
girl.
so many Sagittarius here then that
It's
I
day
think
great though.
so.
because like both Chris's that were here were Sagittarius.
Oh, yes. I think he said that.
Yeah, Chris does and Chris Cock.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
I feel
Um,
like I know a lot of Sagittarius.
I feel like I do too. And it's funny because I'm not too into the astrology. Like I don't know too much because it's very complicated and complex and I haven't just sat down and like researched it all and like taught myself.
Mhm.
But out of the 12 placements that everyone has, 6 or 7 of mine are Capricorn. Even though I am a Sagittarius through and fucking through,
Mhm.
of my attributes in like different avenues of my life, I
Mhm.
am a Cap and I have Capricorn traits.
Okay. He's a cat,
I
by the way.
I am a Capricorn.
bestest friend in the entire world is Capricorn. I love
Yeah.
Capricorns down. I love them. I love them so much. I have no bad words about Capricorns ever. I've never met a
I'm a Capricorn with like I'm gonna say virgin. Virgo everything.
Yeah.
Everything in my life is like was it the ascending is Virgo, the moon is Virgo. My
Hmm.
Venus is Capricorn too. So it's just
It's
only only uh only Virgo energy everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's why I always end up with a damn Virgo and it always ends up horribly.
I do
It's
like Virgos. They're I there's things that I admire about them. I was like, I couldn't spit that out.
well, I mean, like
Um,
it's just every time I speak to a young lady and be like, hey, hang out with Raw Star, and we hang out, and then I eventually said, so when's your birthday? September, and it's like another
nah,
damn Virgo.
all right now.
He's like, I already know how this is gonna go.
I
But
think,
I'm
no,
actually mainly Aquarius. Almost all of my things are Aquarius.
wow.
I will say that. Mm.
I
I'm just go with the flow with everything.
I have like I love and despise Aquarius. I love them. I love them. It's more so the boys.
Yeah,
I
I heard that too.
I hate the Aquarius men. It's also because of past experiences, but they suck doo-doos a lot of the time.
Hmm.
Very, very good friends who are Aquarius, and they're not in my life anymore, not because they're gone or anything, but we just don't talk anymore. And I thoroughly relationships in their company, but yeah, the men I want to.
Hmm. I've noticed that too. When I meet an Aquarius guy, we kind of just don't flow right, you know? It
No,
just I can kind of like vibe with everyone. Like I feel like I kind of like
yeah,
just go with it.
yeah,
But
it's
like
not
in
like one
general,
sign that I. Yeah,
Weird. Us Capricorns are just practical and
like I
yeah,
have
just
bias. I have definitely have
definitely.
biased ones. Like I don't like cancers, but I also can't say that because there are cancers. Like I'll find out someone's a cancer, like but not having known previously, and we like got along just fine. So it's like,
Mhm.
you know,
I get that. Because there's, regardless of their sign, there's always going to be someone that we just don't work well with, you
yeah,
know?
yeah,
it's
exactly.
like sometimes there are other like there are factors like
Mm,
way more heavier than anything
yeah,
else.
Hmm.
for sure.
But anyway, what do you have coming up that we should be looking forward to?
Um, well, in terms of like work stuff, I don't really have anything crazy planned right now. Um,
No,
besides
it could be like because this is gonna
Your
come
own
out.
stuff.
my birthday party, I'm planning my birthday bash. And so I think this maybe will be out before then. I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, this comes
Uh,
out on the 28th of October.
cool. So I will be having my birthday party that everyone is invited to, like I said. And that's really exciting for me. That's what I'm really stressing and putting all my focus into right now.
Mhm.
And I believe I have a second shoot with a creator. I worked with him in August. When is my shoot? I think it's like that same week actually. October something. Uh, that went really well. That was the first shoot I did in a little bit. Let's see. I'm doing a all girl orgy for my birthday. Sarah, if you would like to join, I would love to have you.
Bye. Just tell me
I'm
when.
gonna be so listen, the only thing is it's going to be in Vegas and we are doing it on a private jet. Because
That sounds awesome. Mile High Club.
I've never joined the Mile High Club. I've never
Yes.
even been on a plane with like a partner. So I really want to cross it off my bucket list.
Hmm.
And they do the Love Air thing in Vegas, and it's literally
Yeah.
$1,200. like I was like, I'll pay for it. I don't give a shit. Like it's $1,200. I'll do it. And then I was gonna film it and then release it before my birthday. And then after I release it, I want to wait a little bit, but everyone else is more than welcome to have a copy and then release it after me.
Mhm.
And yeah, so it's probably with like weight distribution because I think the weight is also 1,200 pounds.
Mhm.
So if everyone's like 100, what like I'm thinking like probably 130 to 170 or like 110 to 170. Like I don't think anyone's
Mhm.
I don't know. I haven't picked who yet, but I'm
Mhm.
not fat phobic, guys. Okay, I don't know. But I'm just thinking who would probably join me, like that
Mhm.
what their weight is going to be around. So I'm like, we couldn't do 12 people because that would mean they'd have to be like 100 pounds, like
That's true. If you
So
need
I'd
a
have to do
videographer,
like
like
eight
if I'm
people.
gonna be there, like I can tag in Ace, you know?
Exactly. Like I'm
Damn.
thinking that's
Oh, you
another thing.
froze.
And
Okay, you're back.
she's going. I was looking like
You're back.
I can be a videographer, but
I was
I'm like
thinking
160.
of who I needed to be the videographer because I have three people already who have been like, "Oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. I want to do it." And I'm
Mhm.
like, "Do I I'm like, how do I go about picking y'all? Do I go about maybe I should just ask you guys the styles you want to do or something or how you want it to whatever, and then I just pick whichever one would fit me best or like how I would like to showcase this because I
Yeah, I mean it's your
styles and
birthday.
filming styles, you know? So I want to like I
It's your
don't want to
birthday.
make anyone do something that they don't use. Like I want to have everyone do it how they would do it and then just
Mhm.
see what I would like best out of each person's option, I guess.
I get that.
Like,
Yeah.
what's your vision? Let me hear it and then I'll, make my decision.
Hmm.
But yeah, like Jody wants to
Yeah.
be in it. Jody wants to do it. I have my Russian friend who's working on a documentary that I'm in right now. That's what I'm so excited for. I don't know how
Ooh.
we're so Elysian House, Damon, Father Damon. I don't know if you guys know him. He started Sanctum, the sex club. Um,
Ooh.
he started that like 13 years ago or something, and then he started a new one, Elysian. They were doing private parties in the hills. It was a sex parties, and a lot of the performers would go and stuff. Um, they became like kind of like my work fam in a way, or like not just work, but like just my fam. I would stay there for like 2, 3 weeks at a time at the mansion, and like I would cook food for them all. There would be like 8 to 10 people out,
Hmm.
and so I would cook breakfast, lunch, and dinner for everybody. I would make desserts. Like I was always in the kitchen cooking naked.
Ooh.
That's how I spent my summer this summer, and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And it was, literally, I get emotional thinking about it anytime. But we filmed 24/7, like from
Hmm.
beginning of the year, or beginning of summer to the end of it, till the last day they moved out. And
Hmm.
thankfully, I get to be in the documentary, and there's a lot going on, and it's called Utter Fucking Madness. And anyone
Ooh.
website utterfuckingmadness.com, you can look at the trailer. They're pitching it to the large companies, Netflix and Hulu and whatever, Stars, whatever, whatever. So hopefully they get the deal that they want because I definitely think everyone should see this. It is fucking utter fucking madness. Literally, it's so
Hmm.
crazy, so cool, and just I'm so excited. I'm literally so excited. I have no idea when it comes out. I have no idea what the format is. All I know is it's gonna be awesome, literally awesome.
I love that.
Okay,
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
so I'm
But I'm
glad.
hoping to do more pro stuff. I'm hoping to. I never wanted to be like a content creator. Like I really just wanted to show up to set, do my thing, and whatever, whatever. But it's not really how business works. So
I mean, there's.
Exactly. You got to get your brand established too, that way they know what roles you're best for. I think.
exactly.
I'll be honest with you. There, in many ways, doing what you do, doing as as doing like content creator type stuff.
Yeah.
A lot more people are making a lot more money doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
Mainly because like there's only so many pro shoots you can get. And yes, you want the pro shoots for the fame, fortune, notoriety and stuff like that. But in some cases, like some people are really known and all they do is content.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And this is definitely like with my promo and consistency, like I definitely know why I haven't, but I've literally made more off my proceeds, and I've done less than 20 proceeds, by the way, than I have having my OnlyFans since 2018 altogether.
I get it. I get it.
Altogether.
I
Yeah,
can see that. Yeah.
Like I've barely made anything on my OnlyFans, Fansly, whatever. And like I can understand why.
Mhm.
Because I don't take the time to like
promote
be
it.
on do stuff
To
like
market and everything, because I feel like that's
even
really
then
what the biggest thing is.
with my numbers though, I feel like it should like
Hmm.
it should translate to something. Like I should have at least more than what I do, but it's like whatever. Because like even people who don't market, they still get hundreds of fans or thousands of fans or whatever the case, even if they're not. So it's like, girl, I got 40,000 followers here and however many here and however many there, and I'm all like, something's not adding up. But
Hmm.
but
I
yeah.
get that.
But no, I was more so like I really like because I'm not like an entrepreneur type person. Like I'm very much having to learn this stuff because of how I want my brand to be ran and like what I want to do. Like I want to own Michelin star restaurants. I want to have things in grocery stores that you people can purchase at like in the grocery store and make at home. Like I want to be like damn Italian Martha Stewart, like Barefoot Contessa. Um,
Mm-hmm. You know what you should do, actually? I think this would be fun for you.
hmm.
Do you like those coffee table books
Okay,
with
yes.
like foodie kind of stuff, coffee table, implied nudes being covered by food.
Exactly.
Like donuts or stuff like that.
I
There's
Exactly
definitely
what I want to do.
lots of ways
Like
that you can do
tasteful. Yes, that's exactly what I want
this.
to do. I want to have um a X-rated cookbook and then a regular cookbook because whereas I love porn, but it's definitely like like a stepping stone. Like I want to be in it
Mhm.
for the rest of my life that I think, but I
Yeah.
don't be in it continuously. So like now until I'm 60, I don't want to be doing it all, all the time, but I
Mhm.
would like to come back and forth and have that brand that people like the community would welcome me back when I'm a MILF, when I'm a GILF, like because I definitely want to cross those off my like my bucket list for like performing in my career.
I mean,
Um,
because like Dr. Susie's been around for a while, and she's definitely a gift.
Mhm.
Exactly. Like I want to, I'll come back and do my things. I'll do my business ventures, do this on the third, take a break, come back when I'm look like I'm old enough to be a grandma because with the way my genes are working, thank the Lord, knock on wood, uh
Mhm.
I look very young. I'm going to be 27 and no one says I look 27. So by the time I'm 40, I think I won't even look like a mother yet. So I'm like I'm going to be old by the time I like can cross these off my list. So I've got to stay in the industry for a long haul.
Exactly. So, we do have to wrap this up. So go ahead and tell us where everybody can find you.
Okay.
Social medias, your paid sites, all of that stuff. Or if you have a link tree.
Hey,
Okay.
and you can find her at Raw Stars Eating
At
too. So
Rockstar's house eating.
no,
Mhm.
go ahead though. I'm sorry.
So my Twitter is the pasta slut. My Instagram is the Chiara Chianti. My OnlyFans is just Chiara Chianti. I do have a link tree, but I don't remember exactly what it is. So if you go to my other links, you will be able to find my link tree. And all my other links should be on my platform. So if you're on my Twitter, you should see my other stuff. If you're on my Fansly, you should see my other stuff. So everything's all connected. And then my Amazon wish list.
Hey, that's right.
Hey,
Or list,
and
guys.
by the way, y'all, her link tree is pasta slut with four T's.
Ortiz. Okay, thank you very much. I wasn't sure if it was the pasta slut or Chiara. I always change it. So pasta slut with four T's.
Sweet. And you guys can find me on iamsarahlease.com. All of my links and my social medias will be on there. Rostar, where can we
You
find
can
you?
you can find me at Rawstar RAWSTARR on Instagram and on X. You can find us the Burbank Memphis on Instagram, Burbank Memphis on Facebook, and on the Twitter on X. And burbankmemphis.com. This is everything we do from fitness, graphics, videography, Sarah being spread eagle, and everything
Mhm.
else that we do. So be well, stay blessed, stay amazing, and we will talk to you all next week.